Hi, my name's Timothy, and I wanted to talk about Gordon and Sandy Sitz. I unfortunately cannot be there at the service tomorrow because of COVID, um, but Sandy had asked me to read a sonnet that we all wrote for her and Gordon, and I wanted to take the time to do that. And I'll probably post this on Sandy's page, and hopefully other people can be able to view it. I was actually thinking about this today because I was watching an episode of 30 something. I don't know if some of you older ones remember that television series, but there was one episode when one of the main characters in the episode died, Gary, and there was an episode they did about the after the funeral, and it was so haunting, the episode, and it made me think about what Elliot had said, which was one of Michael's friends. He talked about to Michael about death being just a part of life, and he used the phrase of like we just have to feel the time in between the funerals, and he said, which can be kind of sad or kind of sweet depending on how you look at it. And I thought that was really interesting because I think that accepting that death is a part of life is something that can be sad, but also sweet. I think what happens in death when we lose someone close to us is that we don't feel needed anymore. It, we feel that maybe because someone we love so much is gone, that we won't be needed. And I think it's after the funeral that we find out just how much we are needed. And I think that's what happened probably with Gordon and Sandy. With Gordon's passing, Sandy has come to realize that people really loved him, Gordon and her husband, and they love her, and they want to be there for her. And that's the beauty sometimes. Maybe that's what Elliot was talking about when he talked about the sweetness of the filling the time in between the funerals, is that we realize sometimes just how much we're needed when someone passes away, and by others who are there. So the sonnet was written, and I wanted to read this verse before I read the sonnet. This is from the King James Bible version, from the Apostle Mark, chapter 10, verse 9, which said, "What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder." And some of the translations use separate, but I like the word asunder. And I think that that's probably what Sandy has experienced with Gordon's passing, is that even with him gone, they cannot be separated. They are always joined together. So this sonnet was written called Gordon and Sandy. Some people are just meant to be as one, to weather storms together come what may. They hide in God's tent for the fall and run. Their solace is secured to God's gateway. I know some people who have this favor. Gordon and Sandy Sitz, two for all time. They're one for beauty and pain. Their Savior is their Savior Jesus Christ, their love's chime. Let marriage be held in honor for all. Hebrews 13:4. It is not defiled when two become one, when two are not thrall, for the sharing and loving as one child. Gordon and Sandy, we love you and praise. We stand with God for your two hearts ablaze. The other thing that I thought about today when I thought about making a video was I love the musical Les Miserables, the Broadway musical, and there's a song in that musical called Empty Chairs at Empty Tables, and the line in the song says, there's a grief that can't be spoken, there's a pain that goes on and on, empty chairs and empty tables, now that my friends have come and gone. God bless you both.